According to Plato in his work Parmenides, he says that everything must be in something else. This means that the many different things are in the one thing, and the one thing is in all the different things, or else they don't exist at all. In the Corpus Hermeticum, it states that God holds everything, and nothing exists outside of God. In fact, it's more accurate to say that God is everything. All Platonists agree that just like everything exists in the original perfect world, everything also exists in our physical world. This means that the elements are not only found in our bodies, but also in the sky, in stars, in devils, in angels, and ultimately in God, who created everything. In our physical bodies, the elements are mixed with a lot of heavy matter, but in the heavens, they exist in a purer and better form. For example, the solid ground in the sky is firm, but not heavy like water. The air is light and does not overflow, and the fire shines brightly without burning, giving life through its warmth. Among the stars, some are fiery like Mars and the Sun. Some are airy like Jupiter and Venus. Some are watery like Saturn and Mercury, and some are earthly like those on Earth and the Moon. Although the Moon is often thought of as watery, it acts like Earth by attracting celestial waters and sharing them with us because of its closeness. The stars also fall into different categories. Some are fiery, some are earthy, some are airy, and some are watery. The elements influence them in the heavens, and each element has three parts: a beginning, a middle, and an end. For example, Aries represents the beginning of fire, Leo represents growth, and Sagittarius represents the end. Taurus represents the beginning of earth, Virgo represents growth, and Capricorn represents the end. Gemini represents the beginning of air, Libra represents growth, and Aquarius represents the end. Cancer represents the beginning of water, Scorpius is in the middle, and Pisces represents the end. Therefore, all bodies are made from mixtures of these planets, signs, and elements. Just a note, Agrippa's arrangement can be a bit confusing. Though the elemental groups of the zodiac are usually listed this way, it doesn't show how they are actually related. In fire, Aries is cardinal, Leo is fixed, and Sagittarius is mutable. In earth, Capricorn is cardinal, Taurus is fixed, and Virgo is mutable. In air, Libra is cardinal, Aquarius is fixed, and Gemini is mutable. In water, Cancer is cardinal, Scorpio is fixed, and Pisces is mutable. Now back to Agrippa. Devils are also categorized this way, with some being fiery, some earthy, some airy, and some watery. This is similar to the four rivers mentioned in Dante, Milton, and Spenser: the fiery Phlegethon, the airy Cocytus, the watery Styx, and the earthy Acheron. In Matthew 5:22, we learn about hellfire, and in Matthew 25:41, it speaks of eternal fire where the cursed will be sent. Revelation 20:10 talks about a lake of fire, and Isaiah 11 verse 4 mentions that the Lord will punish the damned with corrupt air. In Job 6:15-17, it describes moving from cold snow to extreme heat, and Job 24:16 and 17 says that the earth is dark and filled with deep misery. These elements are also found in the angels in heaven and the blessed beings. They have a stable essence that is like an earthly quality, which is where God's presence is strong. Their mercy and kindness are like a cleansing water. In Psalms 148:4, they are referred to as waters when talking about the heavens, saying God rules over the waters above the heavens. Their gentle breath is like air, and their love is like shining fire, which is why they are called the wings of the wind in Psalm 18:11. Another psalm mentions that God makes angels his spirits and ministers a flaming fire. Interestingly, the cherub with wings of the wind is important in the second of the 48 invocations, called ethers, airs, calls, or keys, that were given to magician John Dee by the Enochian spirits during a seance on April 25, 1584, in Krakow. According to the hierarchy of angels, some are fiery like seraphim, authorities and powers. Some are earthy like cherubim. Some are watery like thrones and archangels, and some are airy like dominions and principalities. Isaiah 45:8 mentions the original creator of all things, saying that the earth will open up and bring forth a Savior. John 4:14 and Revelation 7:17 also speak of him as a fountain of living water, cleansing and renewing us. The same Spirit that gives life is also described by Moses in Deuteronomy 4:24 and by Paul in Hebrews 4:29 as a consuming fire. So it's clear that elements are everywhere and in everything, in different forms. In our physical bodies, they are heavy and dirty, while in the heavens they are pure and clear, and in the spiritual realm they are alive and blessed. In the perfect world, elements represent ideas for things to be created. In intelligent beings, they are powers. In the heavens, they are virtues, and in our bodies, they take on heavy forms.